everyone, in this video I'm going to show you my favorite tools for working with polymer clay. I honestly would not want to live without any of these. First up is this wooden applique that's generally used for accenting furniture, but I saw this as a sun with rays beaming from it. There are so many different designs available and they all work great with clay. So you want to just apply a light and even pressure to the back and press down, and then pick a shape. I'm using an arch shape here. I'll show you a close-up. I think that would look so pretty with either white clay or yellow. You could even paint the sun. Or you could use a different shape. I'll show you a heart shape here. And I think that just changes the whole look. So pretty. And next I have a golf ball that I took from my husband's junk drawer. He'll never know. I see honeycomb when I look at this. So instead of going out and buying that texture, I found that this works just as good. You can either use it like a stamp and press lightly, if you're using a smaller shape like I am here, or you can roll it. That will just give you more area to work with. And here's the finished result. You could do any shape you want. Now this is a Christmas stamp that I had lying around, and I think it would make a really pretty pine needle stud. Stamps are a great option for adding texture, and I often go on eBay to buy vintage stamps that aren't available in the stores. And I don't really like how the berry part of the stud turned out, but I do love how the pine needles look. This would look great with like a white clay and painted green needles. Here I have a tool that's meant to be used as a potato scrubber or used to clean under your nails, but I use it to make a really cool looking pumice-like texture. Just press lightly up and down on the clay until you get the effect that you want. I do this about 20 times or so. And I'm using a heart stud cut out here. And that just makes them stand out a little bit more. I love how that looks. Oh, here. Okay, so here's one you probably aren't expecting. This is a flip-flop, the bottom of a flip-flop. And I know it's kind of weird, but they're brand new. And I never wore them, but I loved the look of the texture on the bottom. So I decided, hey, what the heck, let's try it on clay. And it ended up looking really cool. So check out those clearance bins at the stores because you'll never know what you'll find. These were at Target. I think I got them for like $5 maybe. And look how cool that is. The inner triangle would probably look really cool as a stud, but I'm going to show you a bigger circle just so you can see the full design. And I think it kind of looks like a soccer ball. So if you used white clay and painted the triangles and the lines black, I think that would look really cool if you're a soccer fan. And sorry, the clay looks a little dirty because I actually use these shoes for terracotta colored clay usually. So terracotta on the pink just looks a little dirty. So this is an embossing folder that I found at Hobby Lobby. It wasn't laying around the house, but I saw it and I thought it would look great with clay, and it actually does. There's a ton of different designs available, but I just got this one because it looked like basket weave and I really wanted to try it out. So you just put your clay inside and press down with a nice even pressure. I pressed down in 3 different spots to make sure the design was on everything. And look at that. It looks so pretty. Yeah, I think the texture on this looks really nice. Okay, so the next item is probably the strangest one I'll show you, but I just love it. It's part of an old pasta machine that I had, and it makes the best lines in clay. It just goes to show all the things you can find lying around the house. Okay, so in one quick even motion, I just roll it in one direction, and look at that! Everybody loves these studs. They're so fun to make. Look at those lines. Oh. So pretty. Okay, so here I have a little scrap piece of faux leather and it has a snake skin design on it. I found this large sheet at Hobby Lobby and I just cut out a small sheet for the video. So you just want to lightly press it into your clay and find a flat surface. I use the back of a stamp for a lot of things that I want to press down evenly. And I make sure I get every area. I might have pressed too hard here, but that's all right. I think these would look awesome with like a black clay dusted with mica powder, like a green or a gold or something. I think that would look awesome. And next up is sandpaper. This is 220 grit, which is pretty fine for making texture, but it's all I had, so I'll just show you how it turns out. I would suggest a lower grit for a more dramatic effect. The finer grit, I mean, it'll work, but you need something like 60 or 80 grit. So just press it down and rub it in. And the texture was too fine that first time, so I just kept repeating the same process. But here's the result. It's really hard to see, so I'm going to freeze the video so you can maybe see the effect. There it is. So like I said, with a different grid, it'll show up a little bit more. And last but not least, these are all just regular cookie cutters that I had. They came in a 3-pack with a triangle, square, and an oval, and as you can see, I adjusted the shapes a little bit to make some custom cutters, but I also used them to make an awesome wave design. Check it out. Okay. It's a little tricky, but you have to press hard enough to leave a mark, but also light enough to not cut through the clay. And then just repeat. Doesn't that look like waves or mountains? I used a heart-shaped cutter for this, which probably wasn't the best example, but you can at least see. You get the idea. Okay, so I just had to show you. Look how flexible these are. I mean, you could probably make some really cool shapes out of these, but be careful. I would use some sort of gloves or tool to protect your hands because the bottom is pretty sharp. But overall, these are really great to work with, and there's so many different things that you can do. And that was the last tool for this video, but I would love it if you would go look around your house, rummage through your basement, and find some textures that you think would look great with clay. Try it out and come back here, comment with what you found, and share your tips. I would love to see them.